Today we are going to look at the sixth principle of animation, slow in and slow out. So stay tuned. Hey guys, my name is Ion and welcome to my Start Animating YouTube channel, the channel that is specifically aimed at everyone that is new to animation. And if that is you, well, you are at the right place. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click on that little notification bell so that you can get notified every week when I upload a new video. And again, if you are new to animation or you want to start out and you haven't started yet and you don't know where to start, where to begin, well, I've got some awesome news. I've got a free video training that you can take. It is absolutely free. You can just click on the link in the description box below. You can sign up and you can follow me. The video is about 90 minutes long, but you can work alongside with me. And the great thing is that by the end of the video, you would have created your very own animation, and you will know the basics of animation like keyframe animation, how to make a character talk with a different mouth sprites, etc. So after that video training, you will have enough knowledge to go and create your own animations. And I truly believe the only way that you're going to get better at animation and to start your journey as an animator is if you actually start to animate. And that is why I've called this YouTube channel Start Animating, because I want you to start animating and start this journey alongside with me. Now, today we are going to look at the sixth principle of animation, slow in and slow out. Now, to be completely honest with you, I've been using this technique long before I even knew the 12 principles of animations, because ironically the animation software that I use have this function, and it just made all my animations just look so much better and realistic, and it made a huge difference to the quality and the just the whole look of my animations. And I just want to explain to you guys quickly how it works. So just to show you or to give you an example, when something moves, it doesn't move like statically, like the same speed from beginning to end. That is not how human beings move. Only robots will move like that, but humans, they don't move at the same speed every time. Now, the best way to explain this to you, or actually to show this to you, is to use the example of a car. Okay, when a car drives, it normally starts off in a still standing position, and then it will start to move, and it will go faster till it reaches its maximum speed, and it will stay with that speed. But when it needs to stop, it will slow down and then it will stop. So basically it will start off slow until it reaches its fastest point, and it will stay there, and when it needs to stop, it will slow down and it will stop. A car doesn't move same speed from when it starts moving till it stops. It just doesn't look natural. So let me go to my animation software quickly, and then I will show you exactly what I mean. So here is a car, and I've just made a short animation of this, and if I press play, you will see it just moves at one speed, and it just doesn't look right. Okay, so what you need to do is you want to let it start off slow and then stops or slow down before it stops. So I've got a second car here. Let me take that one away. So now if I press play, you will see the difference. Now this is just an example of it starts off slow, and then it's before it stops, it goes slower again. Now, I didn't use the right technique because I just used the setting. What you want to do is to create keyframes. So you want it to go slow right up to that first keyframe. Then the second keyframe, it stays the same. And then the last keyframe, or the third keyframe, it drops down to 0 again. In this case, I just use a setting which I'm going to show you right now. And this is the great thing about Cartoon Animator 4. Like I've mentioned earlier, it has a setting that does this for you, and I've been using this setting since I started using this software. And only when I learned the 12 principles of animation, I learned that this is actually something that makes your animations look so much better. Now I want to show you quickly on this second car. If I go to transform, you can see there's the first keyframe and there is the final keyframe. Now if I right click on that keyframe and I go to transition curve, there are different curves that you can use. Now here is smooth. As you can see, it is slow, go faster, and then it slows down again. So that is the setting that I always use on my animations. Even if I animate a character and I want his arm to move, I use that on every keyframe. It just looks so much better. Okay, so if I press play, let me just take that out, and then you can see that is how it looks. But the correct way to do this actually is to split it up. So let's go to keyframe 20. We create a keyframe there, and then 20 frames before the final one we create a keyframe, and we remove that. So what we want to do, the first one is basically it needs to accelerate. It goes faster, so it goes to, you want to accelerate. Okay, then it stays linear, same speed, and then the final one you want it to slow down, decelerate. Okay, so that is actually the correct way you want to do this. And then just to make it smooth, you can adjust your keyframes just to make sure that it goes smoothly. So let's go to the beginning. If I press play, that looks much better, as you can see. Now let's put these two cars side by side, and then you will see the difference this makes. Okay, so let's press play. You can see that second one looks just so much, or the top one looks more natural, and that is basically what you want to do with your animations. You want to go slow in and slow out. Now if you want to do this, if you do frame by frame animation, in my case, my software does that slow in, slow out for me. It does have that functionality or settings, so it does it for me. But let's say, for instance, you do keyframe animation. How do you do that? Or frame by frame, how are you going to do that? So let's say we have just a ball there. That is your first keyframe, and then it needs to move right up to there. That is your last keyframe. So let's just take out that arrow. That's your last keyframe. So what you want to do, as you can remember, it starts off slow, and then it stays a constant speed, and then it slows down. So what you need to do is, if this is your time frame, and you've got your different keyframes right there. So what you need to do is, you got your first frame and your last keyframe drawn, and then you can go to the second one, or right in the middle, you can draw one there. And then to make it slower, you need more keyframes or more drawings. So what you will do now is halfway there and halfway there. Let's make it another color. So let's make it like this, red. So you draw a keyframe there and there. And you, as I've mentioned, if you want something to be slower, you need more pictures. So let's half that again. So you'll draw there, and then obviously let's say you want one there as well, and you draw there and there. So what will happen is it will move slow, fast, and it will slow down again. So when it comes to frame by frame animation, this is how you will do your slow in and slow out. But I want to show you something which is very important, because if you don't use your slow in, slow out correctly, your animations won't look right. Let me quickly give you guys an example. I'm just going to take this hide this, and then I am going to show this. Okay, so what I've done here is, let me just show you the keyframes. So I've got a bouncing ball, so I want to illustrate something to you. Okay, so the first ball, I've got the top frame where it starts, I've got the middle keyframe where it's at the bottom where it's going to bounce, and the last keyframe right at the top again. So obviously if I press play, it's going to bounce. So the first thing I want to show you is that if I'm going to select here and I'm going to make it smooth, slow in and slow out, and then the second one slow in, slow out. Now this bouncing ball won't look natural, because what's happened is going to start off slow, go fast, go slow, bounce, go slow, fast and slow. That is not how gravity works, and if I press play you will see that doesn't look right. The bouncing of this ball doesn't look natural. Okay, so again, now I've applied this principle of animation, but it doesn't look right. So if I go now to the second ball, let me just go out here. I'm going to hide this one and go to the second one. Okay, now exactly the same, but what I did is there is now absolutely no smooth in, smooth out. It is just a constant speed to the bottom, constant speed to the top. Let me show you. If I select, you see it's linear, so it's a constant speed. So if I'm going to press play, you will see again it doesn't look right. Okay, so especially because gravity, the longer something falls, the faster it moves. And then obviously when it goes up, gravity pulls it, the object back down, so the higher it goes, the slower it will move. So that is basically exactly what we want to achieve. So you can see this doesn't look natural as well. So if we go now to the final ball, so let's click on this one. Okay, so now with this one, what I did was, if you remember back to the car that we created, we made it accelerate and then we decelerated at the end again. So the first one I used accelerate, so it goes from slow to fast. So it goes slow in and then slow out, I decelerate it. Okay, so now if we look at this bouncing ball, you will see it looks much more natural. As you can see, that looks a lot better. Okay, so when you use your smooth in, smooth out, it is very important to use it correctly, otherwise your animation won't look right. And always think about gravity as well. So gravity obviously will play a big part. So let's play all these three balls side by side, and then you will see which one looks more natural. Obviously ball number 3 right at the end looks a lot more natural. The other two just doesn't look right, as you can see. So guys, that is it for this video. That is how you incorporate this principle, slow in, slow out, into your animations. And as you can see, this really makes a massive difference. It just makes your animation look more realistic. Otherwise, if you don't incorporate this, things just won't look right and you will really struggle and you won't know what's going on, because your keyframes, your poses, everything looks right, but something just doesn't look realistic. So guys, that is it for this video. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you've enjoyed this video, and also click on that notification bell if you want to be notified every week when I upload a new video. And then finally, if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to click on that like button. It really helps out this channel. So guys, that's it for me. I hope to see you guys next week with another video. So God bless and goodbye.